I can't believe you're actually standing here, Marcus laughed, leaning against the rail of the bridge. Adrian, you've lost it. Faking your own death? You sound insane. I'm not insane, I said, my voice low, sharp against the night wind. I'm free, or I will be once this is done. You're serious? His smile faltered. You'd really vanish? Just like that? I tightened my grip on the cold railing. What's left for me here, Marcus? Elena's lies? Your betrayal? You think I can live every day pretending I didn't see it? He shifted uncomfortably. You weren't supposed to what? My laugh cut through his words. Supposed to stay blind? To play the fool while my fiancé and my best friend stab me in the back? His eyes dropped. For once, Marcus didn't have a comeback. The sound of footsteps pulled me back. Elena's voice sliced the silence. Adrian, stop this nonsense. She walked closer, her heels sharp against the pavement. Her face was calm, too calm. You're acting dramatic again. You always do this when you don't get your way. My way? I turned to her, my chest burning. I gave you everything. My time, my trust, my heart, and you gave me him. She crossed her arms, rolling her eyes. We didn't mean for it to happen. That's the best you can do? My voice cracked. You didn't mean for it to happen? Elena, you kissed him in our apartment. On your birthday. With the flowers still in my hands. Her lips pressed into a line. For a moment, she looked almost guilty, but then she smirked. Maybe you were never enough for me, Marcus flinched. Elena, no, I snapped, cutting him off. Let her talk. Let her spit the poison she's been hiding. She stepped closer, her perfume choking me. Fine. You were too easy, Adrian. Always working late, always trying to build some perfect future. I wanted someone who saw me now, who made me feel alive. Marcus did that. You didn't. The words dug into me, sharper than the wind. And you couldn't even tell me? You'd never leave, she whispered. You love too much. I knew you'd cling to me no matter what. I stared at her, my throat dry. Then you don't know me at all. Marcus raised his hands, desperate. Adrian, listen! No, I said. You listen. Both of you. I stepped onto the lower bar of the bridge rail, staring at the water below. You killed me the moment I saw you together. Tonight I bury what's left. Adrian, don't. Marcus grabbed my arm. I shook him off. This is the only way I win. You don't get to watch me suffer. You don't get to laugh behind my back. You'll cry at my funeral, and every tear will remind you of the man you destroyed. Elena's voice trembled for the first time. You wouldn't dare, wouldn't I? I asked, smiling bitterly. What's one more lie in a world already drowning in them? She tried to reach for me, but Marcus stopped her. Elena, let him go, he muttered, panic in his voice. He won't do it. He's bluffing. I turned to both of them, letting the silence stretch. Their faces, side by side, burned into my memory, her cold beauty, his restless guilt. You'll never know, I whispered. That's the beauty of it. Tomorrow I'm gone. Whether I sink or vanish, you'll believe I'm dead, and that doubt will eat you alive. Elena's eyes widened. Adrian, please! But I leaned back, letting the night swallow my words. Goodbye. For a second, the rush of the river filled my ears. I didn't jump, not yet. I slipped down, clinging to the shadowed frame beneath the bridge, hidden from their sight. Above me, Elena screamed. Adrian! Oh my God, he jumped! Marcus cursed loudly. No, damn it, Adrian. Their voices cracked against the water, raw with shock. I stayed still, my heart pounding. Their cries tore through me, but I forced myself to listen. Elena sobbed, her voice breaking. What have we done? Marcus, he's gone! Stop crying! Marcus snapped, his tone shaking. Someone will come. We have to go before anyone sees us here. Her gasp carried down to me. You want to leave him? Just like that? What do you expect me to do? Jump in after him? Marcus's words were harsh, but there was fear in them too. Their footsteps faded, leaving me with the river's roar and the weight of my choice. My hands trembled against the cold steel, but I held on. I whispered into the night, though no one heard. This is the day I died. Not by water, not by accident, but by the two people I trusted most. From this moment, Adrian Cole is gone. The darkness didn't answer, but it wrapped around me like a shroud. Happy birthday, I whispered to myself as I pushed open the apartment door. The flowers trembled in my hands, a red ribbon sliding loose. Elena? I called. I got off work early. I wanted to surprise you. Silence. Then a laugh, his laugh. Marcus's, my stomach tightened. Marcus! I stepped farther inside. Why are you here? A soft gasp. Adrian! Elena's voice cracked. I moved toward the bedroom, the flowers crumpling under my grip. What's going on? The door wasn't even locked. I pushed it open and stopped. Elena sat on the edge of the bed, her shirt half buttoned. Marcus stood behind her, his hands on her shoulders. My throat burned. So it's true. Marcus's hands fell away. Adrian, listen. No. I set the flowers down on the dresser, petals falling like blood. Don't talk. Just don't. Elena rose, smoothing her shirt. We didn't plan for you to find out like this. I laughed, a sharp, hollow sound. You didn't plan for me to find out at all. It's not what you think, Marcus said quickly. It was a mistake. A mistake? I looked at him, then at her. How long? Elena's eyes flicked to the floor. 6 months. I almost staggered. 6 months, I repeated. While I worked double shifts to pay for your classes. While I saved for our wedding. It wasn't about the money, she snapped. It was about us. Us? My voice rose. There is no us. There's you and him. That's it. Marcus stepped forward, hands raised. Adrian, calm down. I smiled, but it felt like my face might crack. Calm? I'm calm, Marcus. See? No fists. No shouting. Just calm. Elena touched his arm. Let him leave. Her words were a blade. I stared at them both. That's all I get? After everything? She didn't answer. Marcus didn't either. I took a breath and stepped back. You think I'm weak. You think I'll stay no matter what. You're wrong. Elena's eyes widened. Where are you going? Out, I said. Before I choke on this room. I walked out, closing the door behind me without a slam. My fingers shook as I pressed the elevator button, but my face stayed blank. When I reached the street, the night air hit me like a slap. My phone buzzed. Charlotte's name lit the screen. I answered. Adrian? Her voice was small. You sound strange. I'm fine, I said, my voice flat. Just walking. You don't sound fine. She hesitated. Did you tell Elena you were coming home early? No, I whispered. And it doesn't matter now. What happened? I closed my eyes. I found out the truth. All of it. Oh, God. She went quiet. Come over, please, don't be alone. I can't, I said. Not yet. I need to think. She exhaled shakily. You're scaring me. I'm scaring myself. Adrian. Charlotte, I interrupted softly. If something happens, promise me you'll remember I loved you more than anyone. Don't say that. She cried. You're talking like you're going to... I'm not going to do anything stupid, I lied. I just need time. There was a long pause. Okay, she whispered finally. But call me, please. I will, I said and hung up. I walked until my legs hurt, the city a blur of headlights and strangers. My phone buzzed again, an unknown number. I answered. Mr. Cole? A male voice asked. Yes. This is Detective Harris. We received your inquiry about personal protection services. Are you still interested? I blinked. Protection? You called earlier this week, he said. You sounded concerned about threats. You asked about disappearances, about how people vanish. The memory hit me. Late nights on the phone, researching ways out, my voice shaking as I asked questions. Yes, I said slowly. I'm still interested. Do you want to meet? Not yet, I murmured. But soon. All right, he said. Call when you're ready. I hung up and shoved the phone into my pocket. The sky above was black, no stars, just heavy clouds pressing down. I whispered to myself, they think I'm weak. They think I'll stay. They're wrong. I turned toward the bridge, the place I'd always gone when the noise in my head got too loud. For the first time in my life, I didn't feel like crying. I felt empty, like I was already gone. Are you sure about this? Charlotte's voice shook as she paced my tiny kitchen. Adrian, this isn't just running away, this is... you disappearing. I'm sure, I said, scribbling numbers on a pad. It's the only way I'll breathe again. Her hands gripped the table. You're talking about faking your death. Do you even hear yourself? I hear myself perfectly. I looked up at her. Do you? Her eyes glistened. What do you want from me? To help you die? No, I whispered. I want you to help me live. She sank into a chair. Then tell me how. Tell me everything. I slid the pad toward her. It's all here. Dates, times, names. I've been planning since the night I caught them. You've been planning this for weeks? Yes, I leaned back, my jaw tight. People see what they want to see. All I need is a staged accident and some official papers. Her voice cracked. And then what? You just vanish? You watch them from the shadows like some ghost? That's exactly what I'll be. She wiped her face. Adrian, this will break me. I know, I said softly. But I can't do it without you. You're the only one I trust. She stared at the pad, then at me. Who's Dr. Price? A friend of a friend, I said. He doesn't ask questions. He forges documents. Death certificates, medical records, anything. Her voice dropped. And you've already met him? Yes, tomorrow I see him again. He'll make it official. Charlotte shook her head. This isn't you. You don't lie. You don't disappear. I didn't cheat either, I snapped. But here we are. She flinched, then whispered, What will I tell people? Tell them nothing. I pushed the pad closer. The less you know, the safer you are. Her voice rose. And you expect me to just pretend my brother died? I met her eyes. Yes, her hands trembled. Why? Because if you tell anyone, it won't work, I said. And I'll be dragged back into their world. She covered her face. I hate this. I know, I murmured. But you're the only one who can do it. There was a long silence. Finally, she said, What's next? I need a car accident, I explained. Something small but convincing. A rental car, a cliff road, a fire if possible. Her eyes widened. You're scaring me. I'm scaring myself. And after that, I disappear. I glanced at the window. New ID, new number, no trace. Only you will know. She exhaled hard. And then you'll just watch them? Yes. And if they don't feel guilty? I smiled without humor. Then at least I'll know who they really are. She shook her head. You're punishing yourself. Maybe, I said. But it's my choice. Her fingers dug into the table. Will you ever come back? I don't know. She stared at me for a long time. All right. I'll help you. But only if you promise to stay alive. I promise. The next afternoon, I met Dr. Aaron Price in a dim back office that smelled of disinfectant. He looked like any other doctor, neat coat, steady hands, but his eyes gave nothing away. You're Adrian Cole, he said, closing the door. I've read the file. Car accident, no body found. Standard but effective, I nodded. Can you do it? He sat behind the desk. For a price. No refunds. I'm not here for refunds, he smirked. Good. You'll need a death certificate, a coroner's report, and a witness. You have the witness? I thought of Charlotte. Yes, then we're done. He slid a folder toward me. Sign here. This makes you legally dead. After that, you don't exist. I hesitated, pen in hand. Does this ever feel wrong to you? Everything feels wrong, he said calmly. That's why people pay me. I signed. He stood. 2 days. Then Adrian Cole is gone. I left the office with the folder under my arm, the city noise pressing around me. Charlotte called as I walked. Did you do it? Yes. Then it's real. It's real. I stared at the traffic. In 2 days they'll bury me. And you'll watch? Yes, she was silent for a moment. I hope they choke on their wine. I almost smiled. We'll see. I can't believe I'm standing here. I whispered into the collar of my coat as I looked at my own name carved into the temporary grave marker. Charlotte's voice buzzed in my ear through the tiny earpiece. You shouldn't be there, Adrian. If someone recognizes you, they won't. I adjusted the cap that hid half my face. I'm just another stranger in the crowd. The church doors opened, and people poured out into the damp air. Elena was at the front, black dress, black veil, black tears. Charlotte whispered, She looks devastated. She looks rehearsed, I muttered. Watch her hands. Elena dabbed her eyes with a tissue but kept glancing sideways at Marcus. He was standing stiffly, jaw clenched, a perfect mask of grief. Adrian, Charlotte said, why are you doing this to yourself? I need to see it, I whispered. I need to see how they bury me. A group of women huddled near the steps. One of them, tall and sharp-eyed, kept glancing at Marcus and Elena. Her red lipstick stood out against the gray day. Who's that? Charlotte asked. I zoomed my phone camera in from the car parked across the street. Isabella Moore, I murmured. Elena's friend. She looks suspicious. She looks like she knows something. The priest's voice carried over the small crowd. We gather to mourn the loss of Adrian Cole. Elena sobbed loudly, collapsing against Marcus. He wrapped an arm around her, patting her back like a man comforting a stranger. Look at them, I hissed. Look at their faces. Charlotte's voice softened. Maybe they do feel guilty. Maybe they're acting. Elena lifted her head. He was the kindest man I ever knew, she said to the crowd, her voice trembling. I don't know how I'll go on without him. I clenched the steering wheel so hard my knuckles whitened. Kindest man, I repeated under my breath. She killed me with her kindness. Marcus spoke next. Adrian was my brother in everything but blood, he said. I'll never forgive myself for not being there, Charlotte murmured. He sounds sincere. He sounds like a man afraid the coffin might open, I whispered. The crowd began moving toward the gravesite. I slipped out of the car and walked along the far edge of the cemetery, my collar up, my head down. Isabella turned suddenly, her eyes scanning the crowd until they passed over me. For a heartbeat, I thought she recognized me. She frowned, whispered something to the woman beside her, and looked back at Elena. She's watching them, I whispered. Adrian, please, Charlotte said. Get back in the car. Not yet. I edged closer to the trees, the grave a blur of black coats and umbrellas. Elena knelt, placing a single white rose on the coffin. Marcus put his hand on her shoulder, but she shrugged him off, whispering something I couldn't hear. Did you see that? I asked. Yes, Charlotte whispered. She pulled away. They're cracking already, I murmured. The priest finished his prayer. People began drifting back toward their cars, murmuring soft condolences. Isabella stayed behind, standing apart, arms crossed. She stared at the grave, then at Marcus and Elena, her mouth a hard line. I pulled my phone out and dialed Charlotte again, switching off the earpiece. I think Isabella knows. What makes you say that? She isn't crying. She isn't hugging Elena, she's watching. Like me, Charlotte sighed. Adrian, you sound obsessed. Maybe I am. I watched Marcus light a cigarette, his hand shaking. Elena smacked it out of his fingers, hissing something through clenched teeth. He turned away from her, face pale. They're falling apart already, I said. Or you're seeing what you want to see, Charlotte replied. I smiled bitterly. People see what they want to see. Isn't that what I told you? She was quiet. And what do you want to see? I want to see them regret, I said. I want to see them choke on the lie they told. And then what? I stared at the grave. Then maybe I'll stop being dead. Isabella finally moved, walking straight to Elena. She put a hand on her arm and whispered something. Elena's eyes widened and she shook her head sharply. Marcus stepped between them, his voice low but angry. What's happening? Charlotte asked. They're arguing, I said. Right there. At my funeral? You've had your proof, she whispered. Come home. I stayed rooted to the spot, the rain soaking through my coat. Elena spun away from Isabella, her face pale beneath the veil. Marcus threw his cigarette into the mud and stalked after her. They're scared, I murmured. Good, Charlotte's voice cracked. Adrian, this isn't healing you. It's turning you into someone else. Maybe that's what I'm meant to be, I said softly. Not gone. Not forgotten, just haunting them. She didn't answer. I turned away from the grave, my heart pounding, my fingers numb. They buried Adrian Cole today, I whispered to myself. But I'm still here. I shouldn't be here, I muttered, crouched behind the hedges across the street. Charlotte's voice came through my phone. Then why are you? Because I need to see it, I said. I need to see how easily she replaced me. Through the window, Elena's laugh floated out like smoke. Marcus walked past her, carrying boxes. My boxes, Charlotte's sigh crackled. It's been a month, Adrian. Let it go. They're in my house, I hissed. They're living my life. They're living a lie, she said softly. Inside, Elena wrapped her arms around Marcus, kissing him like a woman with no past. He grinned, lifting her off the floor, spinning her once. Do you see that? I asked. Yes, Charlotte said. And it's killing you. It's not killing me, I muttered. It's feeding me. What do you mean? I thought I wanted silence, I said. But their laughter sounds like poison. It makes me want something else. Charlotte hesitated. Revenge? Justice, I said. Call it justice. Inside, Marcus carried another box into the bedroom. Elena trailed after him, tossing her hair, her smile wide. "She looks happy," Charlotte whispered. "She looks free," I said. "Free of me." "Adrian, listen to yourself." I pressed the phone tighter to my ear. "I built that house," I said. "Every beam, every room." She said it felt like a home she'd never known. And now she's making it hers," Charlotte said. I closed my eyes. "She's making it theirs." For a moment, neither of us spoke. The muffled sound of music drifted out of the house. Elena's voice joined it, singing softly, the same song she once sang to me in the kitchen. "She used to sing that to you," Charlotte whispered. "I remember," I said, my throat tight. I thought it meant something. "It probably did," she said gently. "It doesn't anymore." Marcus reappeared at the window, pulling Elena into a hug. She rested her head against his chest. He said something I couldn't hear. She laughed again. "Does it hurt?" Charlotte asked. "No," I lied. "It burns. You're not the same person anymore," she said. "Good. Adrian." I cut her off. "I'm not dead for nothing, Charlotte. I'm not hiding just to watch them celebrate." "You swore you just wanted to disappear," she reminded me. "I thought I did," I said. "But watching them, it's like watching someone spit on your grave." Charlotte was silent for a long moment. "Then what are you going to do?" I looked at the house again. "I don't know yet," I said. "But survival isn't enough anymore. They'll catch you if you're not careful." "They won't," I said. "People see what they want to see." Elena stepped out onto the porch, phone to her ear, smiling as she walked barefoot across the wood I'd sanded myself. Marcus followed, wrapping his arms around her from behind. "She's happy," Charlotte said again. "She's happy in my house. With my best friend," I said. "She's not your problem anymore." "She made herself my problem," I muttered. "She and Marcus both," Charlotte's voice wavered. "And you're making yourself theirs." I didn't answer. Inside the house, the light shifted as evening settled. Marcus pulled the curtains shut, but I could still see their shadows moving on the wall. "Go home," Charlotte whispered. "Please." "This is my home," I said quietly. "At least it was." "You're scaring me," she admitted. I watched Elena's silhouette press against Marcus's. "I'm scaring myself." Charlotte's breath caught. "What does that mean?" "It means survival isn't enough anymore," I said. "It means I'm done watching." "You're not thinking clearly." "I'm thinking clearer than ever," I whispered. She was silent again. I stood up from the hedge, brushing leaves from my coat. "They thought I was weak," I said. "They thought I'd vanish and stay gone." "Adrian, don't!" she pleaded. "I'm not going to do anything tonight," I said. "But justice isn't patient forever." "Justice or revenge? Does it matter?" "It matters to me," she said softly. I stared at the glowing windows one last time. "It won't matter to them," I said. "Not for long." I pressed my back against the brick wall across from their window, the night air biting at my skin. "She's crying again," I whispered into my phone. Charlotte's voice was low. "Every night?" "Almost," I said. "When she thinks Marcus is asleep. She hides in the kitchen and shakes like she's cold." "You sound like you pity her," Charlotte murmured. "I don't," I said. "I'm just watching the cracks form." Through the thin curtains, Elena's face was streaked with mascara. Her hands trembled as she clutched a glass of water. Marcus sat on the couch, scrolling his phone, jaw tight. "They're fighting more?" Charlotte asked. "All the time," I said. "He walks out at night. She stares at the door like she wants him gone." "She's breaking," Charlotte said quietly. "They both are," I replied. "And they don't know I'm the reason." "Maybe guilt isn't enough," she said. "Maybe you need something else." I watched Marcus slam his phone onto the couch. "Listen to them," I said. The window was cracked just enough for their voices to slip out. "I can't do this anymore," Elena said, her voice shaking. "You wanted this," Marcus snapped. "You said it'd be better this way. I didn't want..." "This," she whispered. "He's dead, Marcus, dead," Marcus laughed bitterly. "You sure? Because sometimes I swear he's still here." Elena's glass hit the counter. "Don't say that. Why not?" Marcus hissed. "Because it scares you?" "I said stop," she whispered. Charlotte's breath came through the phone. "They think you're haunting them." "Good," I said. Let them. They're already tearing each other apart. It's not enough, I muttered. Inside, Marcus stood up, running his hands through his hair. You're pathetic, he spat. Crying like some widow when we're finally free. Free? Elena's voice cracked. Do you call this free? Marcus didn't answer. He grabbed his jacket and stormed out the door. The slam echoed down the street. Another fight, I said. He's restless. She's terrified. Charlotte hesitated. You're enjoying this? I'm studying it, I said. Studying what? How guilt eats them alive, I whispered. Inside, Elena slid down the kitchen wall, her knees drawn to her chest. What did we do? She whispered to no one. You hear that? I asked. Charlotte's voice was faint. I hear it. She's starting to regret it, I said. Does that matter to you? It does, I said, because regret makes people weak. And I need them weak. The porch light flicked on. A car pulled into the driveway. A woman stepped out, Evelyn Clark, Elena's mother. Her sharp eyes scanned the yard before she walked up the steps. She's here, I muttered. Who? Evelyn, I said. Elena's mother. She never liked Marcus. Be careful, Charlotte whispered. I moved closer, crouching near the hedge as Evelyn knocked. Elena opened the door, wiping her eyes. Don't lie to me, Evelyn said before even stepping inside. Mom, it's late, Elena whispered. I don't care, Evelyn said. You've been crying, again. Elena turned her back, but Evelyn followed her into the kitchen. I told you Marcus was no good, Evelyn said sharply. But you didn't listen. Now look at you, Elena's voice was small. It's not like that. It's exactly like that, Evelyn snapped. You look sick, guilty. Elena's glass slipped from her hand and shattered on the tile. Stop, Evelyn's tone softened. You can tell me the truth, Elena. There is no truth, Elena said quickly. He's gone. That's all? Evelyn paused. Is he? Elena spun around. What? Is Adrian gone? Evelyn asked. Because sometimes I think you're hiding something. I'm not. Elena shouted, her voice cracking. Then why are you so afraid? Elena buried her face in her hands. Because everything's wrong. Outside, my pulse quickened. Charlotte's voice trembled through the phone. She's cracking open, Adrian. I know, I whispered. You planned this, didn't you? Not all of it, I said. But their guilt is a weapon. I'm just learning how to use it. Inside, Evelyn knelt by Elena, holding her shoulders. You can't build a life on lies, she said. It always falls apart. Elena sobbed harder. I pressed my forehead to the brick wall, my breath fogging in the cold. This is it, I whispered. What? Charlotte asked. The moment I stop being a ghost, I said. The moment I come back. Adrian, don't... I'm not asking, I cut her off. I disappeared to watch. Now I've seen enough, Charlotte's voice cracked. What are you going to do? I'm going to stop haunting them, I said. I'm going to be the man they thought they buried. Silence hung between us. Promise me you'll think first, Charlotte said finally. I've been thinking for months, I whispered. Inside, Evelyn's voice carried again. You need to tell me what you did, she said to Elena, or it will destroy you. Elena's sobbing turned into a broken laugh. It already is, she said. I ended the call, slipping the phone into my pocket. My hands were steady now. They wanted me dead, I murmured. But I'm still here. And for the first time since the bridge, the idea of stepping back into the light didn't feel like a threat. It felt like justice. The double doors of the hall swung open under my hand. My shoes clicked against the marble floor, black suit brushing my wrists like a second skin. Conversations cut off mid-laugh. The music choked and died. I didn't blink. Elena, I said quietly. Her glass fell, shattering near her heels. No, she whispered. No, this isn't real. Marcus's jaw dropped. Adrian? I walked forward steady, each step echoing. Did you really think death could keep me away? Gasps spread through the crowd like a fire. Phones came out, but no one dared move. Elena's lips trembled. You're dead, she whispered. I saw the funeral. You saw what you wanted to see, I said. Her knees buckled. She collapsed onto the polished floor, clutching her chest. Marcus grabbed her arm but kept staring at me. This is some trick, he hissed. Some stunt. I stopped at the foot of the stage. A stunt, I said. Or maybe a resurrection. Charlotte's voice cut from the back. Adrian, I held up a hand without looking at her. Stay back. Elena crawled backward, her dress dragging against the floor. You can't be here, she whispered. Why not? I asked. You're here. He's here. Marcus found his voice. You faked it, he muttered. You actually faked it, I tilted my head. And you celebrated, didn't you? Elena's voice cracked. We didn't what? I asked. Didn't betray me? Didn't lie? Marcus's fists clenched. You don't know anything. I know enough, I said. Silence rippled through the guests. Someone coughed. A waiter stepped backward, eyes darting. Elena whispered, Please, Adrian. Please what? I asked. Please forgive you? Please disappear again? She shook her head, tears streaking her makeup. I thought you were gone. You hoped, I said. Marcus stepped forward. Stop this. You're scaring her. She wasn't scared when she moved into my house, I said. Gasps echoed again. A man in the corner muttered, My God. Marcus's face drained of color. We didn't plant. You planned plenty, I said. I just didn't stay dead long enough for you to enjoy it. Elena's mother, Evelyn, pushed through the crowd. Adrian, she said firmly. You're alive, I nodded once. I am, she looked at her daughter. Elena? Elena sobbed, hiding her face. You suspected him from the beginning, I told Evelyn. You were right, Evelyn's eyes flashed. And you, what are you doing here? I'm taking back my name, I said quietly. Charlotte's voice trembled from the back. Adrian, don't lose yourself now. I exhaled, eyes never leaving Elena. I lost myself the night they killed me on that bridge. I never killed you, Elena shouted suddenly. But you buried me, I said. Her hands shook as she reached out. I loved you. You loved what I gave you, I said. Marcus barked a laugh, bitter and sharp. This is pathetic, he said. You're alive, congratulations, now leave. I turned my gaze on him. Say that again, he swallowed hard. Leave, I stepped closer. You think I stayed dead just to walk away tonight? He looked down at Elena. He's bluffing, he muttered. I'm not bluffing, I said. Elena's voice cracked. What do you want? I want you to feel what I felt, I said. We already do, she whispered. Not enough, I replied. Marcus clenched his jaw. You can't ruin us. You ruined yourselves, I said. Charlotte moved closer, her voice trembling. Adrian, you've made your point. I turned slightly. Have I? Yes, she said. Everyone here can see the truth now. I looked at Elena. Can they? Elena's shoulders shook. Everyone's staring, she whispered. They stared at my coffin too, I said. Evelyn stepped between us. Stop this. You're hurting her. She hurt me first, I said. She's still my daughter, Evelyn snapped. She was my future, I said softly. Elena sobbed louder. Marcus pulled her up, but she swayed, barely standing. Do you want revenge? Marcus asked, his voice rising. Is that it? I want justice, I said. And how will you get it? He demanded. I smiled faintly. By standing here. By being alive. By showing everyone what you are, the guests murmured, whispers like knives. Elena clutched Marcus's sleeve. Make him leave, she begged. I'm not leaving, I said. Not yet. Marcus's eyes darted to the crowd, then back to me. You're going to regret this. I already regret everything, I said. Charlotte's voice cracked again. Adrian? I'm fine, I said. I'm calm. I turned back to Elena. Tell them what you did, I said quietly. She shook her head. I can't. Then I will, I said. Her knees buckled again, and she dropped to the floor, face pale as ash. Stop, she whispered. Please. Marcus grabbed her but couldn't look at me. Do you see it now? I asked him. He didn't answer. You look like you've seen a ghost, I said. But I'm not a ghost. I'm the man you buried. The room stayed silent, all eyes on me. I turned slightly toward the exit, my voice still low. This isn't over, I said. This is just me coming back. And with that, I left them standing in their perfect hall, their engagement shattered like glass at their feet. I didn't expect the town to turn so quickly, I said, watching Marcus pace behind the bakery window. His jaw moved like a trapped animal. Charlotte breathed into the phone. Gossip spreads fast. For good reason, I muttered. They betrayed me. They deserve the whispers. A woman from the gym spat at Marcus's feet. He glanced up, eyes wild, then slammed his hand against the glass. The baker peered out. Is Marcus okay? She asked another customer. That man's falling apart, the customer said. He was shouting at the bar last night. Marcus shoved the bakery door open and stumbled into the square. He didn't see me. Morning light showed the dark circles under his eyes. You look terrible, Charlotte said. Better than him, though. Marcus crossed toward a parked car. A tall, broad-shouldered man stepped from behind it, older, face weathered. That's Richard Hale, I whispered. Marcus's brother. Richard's voice cut hard. Get in the car! Marcus flinched. Richard? Marcus asked. What are you doing here? You owe people, Marcus, Richard said. You don't get to act like a martyr. I'm not a martyr, Marcus snapped. No, Richard said. You might be a fool, I kept my voice low. Did you warn Elena? Richard glanced at me. You're the one who died. I'm alive, I said. And I'm asking. Richard watched Marcus. He's been sliding for years, he muttered. Marcus makes people step on each other. Like he stepped on me? I asked. Richard's smile was dry. Ask the right people. He manipulates. Finds weak spots and pushes. For what? Charlotte asked. For money, for attention, Richard said. To feel in control, Marcus paled. You told her? You warned her? He snapped. Richard shrugged. I told her to be careful. She didn't listen. Richard spat low, then added, There was a time he took a partner's savings. Framed him for missing invoices. The man lost everything. People blamed the partner, not Marcus. Marcus watched the ruin like it was a show. My voice came out before I thought. You knew this all along? Richard nodded. I tried to stop him when we were young. He liked control. He practiced until it became habit. Charlotte's tone was small. That explains so much. He's a surgeon of people, I said. Cuts clean, leaves no trace. That's why he looked comfortable in my house. Richard glanced at Marcus. He's dangerous. He used me, I said. Not for money, for shape. He wanted my life to fit his story. Richard's jaw tightened. You survived. That matters. I survived, I said. But I'm not whole. You can use this, Charlotte urged. Expose him and make Elena a martyr? I asked. Do I want to drag them through more ruin? Maybe pain happens whether you choose it or not, Richard said. But you can choose how to answer. Marcus spat into the gutter. You always sided with him, Marcus hissed at Richard. Why did you never stop this? Because I was naive, Richard admitted. I thought he'd learn. He didn't. A woman near us clapped once bitter. About time. Elena appeared at the bakery window, pale and trembling. She looked at Marcus, then at me. Fear and shame crossed her face like a shadow. You shouldn't be here, she whispered. I had to see, I said. Their lives unraveling is not the victory I imagined. You keep saying that, Charlotte said. So what now? I watched Elena step back into the shop. Marcus's shoulders drooped. Richard left without another word. You can make them confess, Charlotte murmured. Or walk away. Walk away, I repeated. That's what I wanted at first. And now? She asked. Now I'm not sure. I looked at Marcus, small, wounded, dangerous. I know I'm not done. Then you risk becoming what you hate, she warned. Maybe I already have, I said. Maybe that's the scar I live with. Richard turned back and spat quietly. You could show them proof. Bank transfers, messages, people believe paper. That drags more names into the dirt, I said. I promised Charlotte I'd be careful. You promised what you could survive, Charlotte snapped. You can't carry this alone. I'm not asking to carry it alone, I replied. I'm asking who I am when I stop carrying it. Richard folded his arms. You decide that by what you reveal. I'll help if you want the truth out. I won't help for revenge. You want to help me? I asked. I want to stop him from building another life out of other people's ruin, Richard said. That's enough. A child ran past laughing, oblivious. The town's whispers rose around us. I realized the truth was harder than revenge. It was quieter. Grief that lingers, forgiveness that won't come, and the slow work of choosing which version of myself to keep. Marcus is unraveling, Charlotte whispered over the phone. People are pulling their money out. His business is gone. I expected it, I said. He built it on lies. He's blaming Elena, she added. Says she cursed him. Says you're haunting him. I closed my eyes. Maybe I am. That night, I heard him before I saw him. His voice carried down the alley. Where are you? Show yourself. I stepped from the shadows. You called my name. Here I am. His face twisted. You're not real. You're a nightmare. I'm real enough, I said. He stumbled forward, fists clenched. You ruined me. You think coming back makes you powerful? You think you can take everything from me? I didn't touch your business, I said. That was your own rot surfacing. Liar. His fist flew wild. I didn't move, just let the blow graze past. You want me to hit back, I said quietly. But I won't. Fight me, he screamed. Fight me like a man. I already won without lifting a hand. He swung again, missing. Sweat poured down his face. Everyone whispers about me, he gasped. They think I'm mad. They think you're haunting me. Maybe I am, I said. Or maybe it's just guilt. His knees buckled. He dropped, clutching his head. Stop looking at me like that. Like what? I asked. Like you're alive, he muttered. I am alive, Marcus. That's what terrifies you. He pounded the ground with both fists. Elena betrayed me. Richard betrayed me. You... He broke off, choking on rage. You were supposed to stay dead. I chose silence, I said. That silence is louder than anything you could shout. He stared at me, shaking. Kill me then. End it. I'm not here to kill you, I whispered. I'm here to let you watch yourself collapse. His eyes burned, then dimmed. You're poison, he said. You infect everything. No, Marcus, I said. That was you. He lunged once more, slower, weaker. His fist met air. He fell face first onto the dirt. For the first time, he didn't rise. Charlotte's voice echoed in my ear from earlier. He's breaking. I looked down at him. This isn't my victory, I said softly. This is your fall. The silence swallowed his sobs. I walked away without another word. The cemetery was silent except for the rain tapping on stone. I walked slowly toward the grave that bore my name. Adrian Cole, beloved son, lost too soon. The letters looked carved into someone else's life, but they belonged to me. I stopped a few feet away. She was already there. Elena, I said softly. Her shoulders stiffened. She turned, mascara streaking down her face. Adrian, it's you. It's really you. I told you before, I murmured. Death couldn't keep me away. She stumbled toward me, hands trembling. Please listen to me. I was wrong. I was lost. I didn't know what I was doing. Marcus, Don't, I cut her off. Don't blame him. You made your choices. I saw you with my own eyes. Her lips quivered. I thought I loved him, but it was never real. You were the one. You've always been the one. I laughed bitterly. Funny way of showing love, Elena. In another man's arms, in my best friend's arms. She reached for me, but I stepped back. Please, she whispered. I can't breathe knowing you hate me. Hate? I shook my head. No. Hate gave me purpose for a while. But what I feel now, it's emptiness. You already took everything from me. There's nothing left for you to ruin. Her knees buckled and she dropped to the wet grass. Then give me one chance to fix it. Let me make it right. You can't fix the past, I said. You can't unbreak what you shattered. Tears streamed down her face. I mourned you. Every day. I thought about you. I wished I could bring you back. You mourned a man you killed with your lies, I said coldly. You buried me long before I vanished. Her sobs echoed through the empty graveyard. I never stopped loving you. If that's true, I pity you more than I blame you, I replied. The rain thickened, drumming on my shoulders. I pulled a single white flower from my coat pocket. Do you know why I came back here? To forgive me? She whispered hopefully. I shook my head. To forgive myself, for being blind, for giving my heart to someone who never deserved it. She tried to crawl closer, her hands muddy. Adrian, don't leave me like this. Please. I have nothing left. You had me, I said, and you chose to throw me away. Her scream tore through the rain. I was stupid. I was selfish. But you're here now. We can start again. I stared at her for a long moment. Then I bent down and placed the white flower on the grave. This is the only thing I'm leaving behind. She grabbed my wrist desperately. Don't go. I looked at her hand clutching me, then into her broken eyes. You made me a ghost once. You don't get to bring me back now. I pulled free, and her fingers slipped from mine like dead weight. She collapsed against the headstone, crying so hard she could barely breathe. I turned away. The rain washed over me as I walked down the path, each step heavier than the last, but somehow lighter inside. Adrian, she cried out behind me. I'll never stop loving you. I'll never stop. I didn't answer. At the gates of the cemetery, Charlotte was waiting under an umbrella. She looked at me, eyes filled with worry. Are you okay? I nodded slowly. For the first time in years, yes. She begged, didn't she? Charlotte asked. Yes, I said. But it wasn't forgiveness she wanted. It was escape from her own guilt. And you? She whispered. I don't need revenge anymore. I don't need her pain to heal me. I took a deep breath. I survived them, Charlotte. That's enough. She slipped her arm through mine. So what now? I looked back once at the grave, where Elena's cries still echoed faintly in the rain. Then I faced forward. Now, I live. We walked away together, the white flower standing lonely on the stone behind us. For the first time since the night on the bridge, my heart didn't feel like it was sinking. It felt free. My story didn't end with revenge. It ended with freedom.